Hello, everyone, and welcome to our product success series. We are so excited to get to share more with you on what these products are doing in your body, how they're supporting you, and the results that you can expect to see in the weeks and months to come. So, today we're going to talk about hormones and the master hormone and how Triplex helps in this area. But before we get started, I want to make sure to say we are not claiming to cure, treat, or prevent any diseases. So that's our disclaimer. This is just great health information for you and your body. So, Mom, can you set us up a little bit about how hormones fluctuate in the body with blood sugar?
Sure. So every time you eat, your blood sugar rises, and glucose is a transporter of energy into your cells. And so when your cells are not receptive, they don't receive the energy that is being attempting to be transported in. And so your blood sugar gets very high because that energy is not being properly utilized. So when we talk about or optimally utilized. So when we talk about glucose metabolism, that's what we're talking about, how your body processes the blood sugar.
Yes, so your cells have these receptors on the outside of them, right? And
Mhm.
as you become insulin resistant, those receptors lay down and they don't receive the information for what they need to do. And this is where a lot of chronic issues or imbalances come from because those cells are not listening. Right. So we're going to jump into how you can improve upon this. But before we do, Tamara is going to share her story with us that is so full of hope and encouragement. So, Tamara, can you share with us where you were physically before you found Plexus and how you feel now?
Yeah. Okay. So, gosh, this is about a year and a half ago when I came back to Plexus. I was in basically, I had a chronic hormonal imbalance issue that I was told would never ever go away. Um, how that showed up in my body specifically, gosh, it went from anywhere from hair loss to I had weight gain. I could not sleep. I was chronically depressed, uh, very anxious all the time for no reason. Food intolerances, absolutely. Even though I was being really, really conscious of what I was eating and intentional about eating really good foods,
Mm-hmm.
things that I knew were not as inflammatory, my body was still responding to it in a really stressed out way. And so when I came back to Plexus, I had tried it a few times before, was expecting something quick, didn't happen. And so I quit. This time I was like, I came back to Lori and I was like, hey, guess what? I want to focus on healing my body. At this point, I had completely given up hope that I would lose weight and I was hoping that I might be able to get some hair back. But I really was just like, I just don't want to feel so down all the time. And I want to have energy because I also had no energy. I mean, I'd have a peak of it when I'd work out, and then an hour or two later, I'd be exhausted again. And so within just a month of being on my triplex, I felt energy. And I thought it was that I was so desperate for energy. So I was like, okay, I'm going to push on through. And that wasn't the case. 2 months later, not only did I still have my energy and consistent, nothing crazy, but also my mood. Like I was hearing from friends and my husband that they noticed a difference. And to the point that I was able to actually come off of all the other supports that I had been on for years that weren't really supportive and helping me. I was able to come off of all that and only be on my plexus. And so then fast forward another 6 months, I started seeing that, guess what? Not only were my selfies, because that was the only pictures I was taking back in the day, I started noticing I was feeling a little more comfortable taking, pictures with my girlfriends where it shows my whole body. And I had been losing some weight, like not as puffy and just looking better. My body was getting better. Fast forward now to where I am, like it's been about a year and a half, and I have lost a total of 21 pounds, which is huge for the condition that I have, because that was one of the things I was told just wouldn't happen. And I am 100% off of all of the other supportive things that I had been on that weren't really supporting me. And the only thing that I am on is my gut health regimen with Plexus. So I just can't say enough about this journey, and it is a journey. It's something that, I've committed to supporting my body through this life, and I think it's the least I can do. My body goes through so much. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Tamara. I love your story. I love the hope and the inspiration in it because I know so many women are in that same position. So thank you for
Yeah.
sharing. We're going to jump right over. Mom, can you share a little bit about why this is occurring with the triplex and what products they can add in to help even more?
Okay, so when we talk about the triplex, you'll see that we say improve, that supports glucose metabolism. And so that is that transportation and that insulin sensitivity, like the description that Amber gave, where your cells have receptors on the ends of them. They receive, if those receptors are laying flat,
Mhm.
then your blood sugar or what you've consumed is not actually getting into your cells to be utilized. And so it's just going to cause hormonal imbalances and issues when that process happens in your body because you are not utilizing it optimally. And so when you improve your health, when you improve your system, that process becomes smooth the way that it's supposed to be. And since insulin is the master hormone, it is dictating to the rest of your hormonal system how it should function and operate. So when insulin gets its act together and you support it in a way to do that, everything else falls in line. So what can you do lifestyle wise to come alongside that process? Ideally, you're not craving sugar. We've already talked about that. Try to avoid it. Increase your protein, and then avoid processed foods, foods that are in boxes, foods that come from a fast food window, because those are not really like a good nutritional support for your body. So if you could move towards whole foods, whole versions of foods, that would be better to come alongside lifestyle wise and support your journey. And here are some products that you can take that will support that in addition to the triplex. One of them is called Balance. You can take 2 capsules once a day or twice a day. This actually supports that glucose metabolism. You'll notice that you're not as hungry. The triplex is supporting you as well. This just comes in through another pathway in your body and provides that support. And very effective, works really well. You can take it once a day or twice a day. The other product you can take is MetaBurn. So if your goal is weight loss, then this actually supports that, particularly addressing abdominal fat. It helps you burn an additional 150 calories a day. If you've ever gotten on a piece of cardio machine, you know that it takes effort to get to 150 calories a day. This is pretty effortless. It also helps to convert white fat into brown fat. And that's why people do one of the reasons why they love the cold plunge, because brown fat is more metabolically active. And so taking this 2 capsules in the morning is going to support your journey as well.
Yes, thank you so, so much. So we hope you feel empowered and excited for what's to come and what's going on in your body with consistency. And we'll see you in our next episode. Thank you so much, Tamara. Thank you, Mom. Bye.